Welcome back to One Piece in review, episode number 114. This one reviewing the 904th episode of the anime, Luffy's intense anger, save O-Tama from the crisis, and the 957th chapter of the manga, Ultimate. Yep, this episode is definitely just 11 and 15-19 of chapter 916 and pages 2 through 7 of chapter 917. Pick it right where last week's episode left off, where we see, like, right after we show, like, basically previously on thing, where Luffy defeats the Yokozuna. Yep, sends it flying, and Hoodlum is basically not very happy with that. Of course, we also have Basil Hawkins and Law in the episode. They get close and interact with each other, but basically Law is just there as a spectator in this episode. Yep. He mostly sees what's going on. Basil Hawkins is basically getting reported, gets reports people at the town, tells his men not to fight Luffy because, well, they're not strong enough to beat him. Which, that's totally believable. It's like, and Luffy's still shouting the same thing as I said last week. Where he said, bring me the boss of this town. Basically, Hardo. He's one of the headliners. This episode is also the animated debut of the character Speed. Yes, the woman horse. Yes, the one who Tama tames in the manga. Yeah, she makes a debut in this episode. Yeah, there's a minor thing involving her and the food. Yeah, it go from parrot, like, we have this thing where we have this evil pollution polluting the water. And then we show, like, it changes to the Paradise Farm. Everything's so nice and shiny, tasty. A lot of stuff it looks like really good food. And it's going to the flower capital, the best place in the whole country. Which apparently the Shoka is oblivious to what the heck is going on in his own damn country. Yeah, and he thinks that, oh yeah, as long as the flower capital is okay, the rest of the country can basically kiss my butt. That's pretty much him in a nutshell when it comes to the Shogun of Wano. The guy is a terrible person. He's a terrible ruler too. He doesn't give a damn about his people at all. Yep. So, we have Luffy basically, and of course you have various guys who come up who work for Harlem, and they attack Luffy, Zoro, and Otaku. Luffy basically battles with combination. Of course, Luffy does the same thing he did last time to go sword out. He sends it flying, kind of throws it away, and Zoro's like, "No, don't do that." Takes the sheath and proceeds to beat him up. And he tells, and Otaku's like, "What should I do? I'm not gonna protect you. I'm not gonna help you." So, like, is it okay for me? Should I cut people? He says, "Yes, cut them." So she takes out her sword, and she's really good at cutting up a bunch of people. Well, it's samurai, so whatever. Beats him up for a while, and then Hoda basically wakes up, covered by a gigantic sumo wrestler. Yeah, O-Tama tries to get away, sees his hand, and then his lion grabs her leg, and he gets up, and he just basically is told what the heck is going on, like how the heck this thing here is like. Yeah, it says the Madras killer is Zoro Torjo, basically his ally through this to the Yokozuna here. And of course he's shocked about this, and he proceeds to carry O-Tama to the rooftop. Of course, also he's like, you're also saying, what's this smoke? And of course they also call for firefighters because, well, part of his house is on fire, though his house is in pretty much in ruins. So he climbs to the rooftop, walks across it like no problem, and he puts O-Tama in the lion's mouth, and they get to where Luffy is, and of course Luffy asks who's their boss. Like, Balbazo, I think that's how you pronounce the guy's name. Even though his name is Howdom. Are you Balza the whatever? No, my name is Howdom. Yeah, and of course he's threatening Luffy, and there's O-Tama there in the lion's mouth. Of course, Luffy notices that the lion's there. It's implied that the lion wants to turn. He really has nothing to do with this guy. He wants to ally with Luffy, probably because he's hoping to defeat him, and get him out of sharing the body with him. Obviously, so yep. And of course, well, Basil Hawkins at the end of the episode, he actually arrives in town. Of course, well, he's communicating with somebody via Not exactly, kind of like a transparent snail, more like a small, like little, like I don't know, kind of like a transceiver. It's like kind of like holding like something like this hand sanitizer. It's like, hey, Basil, uh, that straw hat guy, he's here. It was like, okay, yeah, it's like this for like the whole episode how Basil communicates people, because the show uses transpire snails. No cell phones, no cars. There is a train and boats, no planes. Not really, no. Yep. This overall was a really good episode and good setup for next week's episode. Which looks like Speed is gonna take part in the action. And when she's from like, it's like what? Yeah, she's like shocked to see what happened. She's playing a small role in this episode, but I'm looking forward to seeing her more. Now let's move on to the 957 chapter manga Ultimate. First, we have this wonderful cover image of the Straw Hat crew in this duck pull boat. Yeah, all the Straw Hats, with the exception of Jinbei. Yeah, Jinbei's not there. And we see now we're not back in Wano. Nope, this is another chapter without the Straw Hats. Yep. So we have the fleet down basically upset what the heck is about the whole situation involving the seven warlords. So the blind admiral, basically, who he told that he couldn't go to the marine base. Well, it looks like though the marine base is fine. Marine Four is perfectly fine. Though his ship was attacked by a bunch of rocks. And of course they are informed about, and of course, well, the Admiralty is informed about Big Mom and Kaido basically joining forces. Like now of all times. Yep. We see the previous fleet admiral, who by the way, in the course of 2 years, despite the fact that, see, when he was seen prior to time skip, he had long black hair and a black beard. Since then, he's become Inspector General and his hair is on white. Why the heck this is never explained in the series. Even though he's Inspector General, he virtually has no power. But he can basically go wherever the heck he wants. Yep. Of course, everybody's shocked by this development. And then, of course, they talk about various other things, the various stuff of the past. And then Garp basically hears about the news. He's shocked by this. Like, he gives us not much more. Yeah, and of course, Sisendeg was his first reason. It never made the papers. Garp had fought alongside a pirate in battle. A pirate. The other is he fought to protect the Celestial Dragons. Where does Celestial Dragons come from? Yeah, and of course, basically the whole thing about why Garp basically protected him. Yeah, all about the God Valley incident. And, well, that Garp worked with Gold Roger to participate that particular incident. And of course, there's like Firelight the Power King, Celestial Dragons, Roger, and Rocks. Yeah, and of course, Indigo basically explains the location of the island of God Valley. It's not indicated on any map. In reality, the entire island itself vanished without a trace. An island whose existence the world government desired to keep very much secret has vanished. Still interesting in asking questions about it. Once upon a time, a buccaneer named of Rocks sought to become the Fire King. But because there's too many of the stones of the world were left untouched. No matter where the rocks pirates remain intact. The only whatever lies sleeping. In the memories of a few Marines of my generation. Think that there was one man who led the three of the pirates to become, well, the sea emperors. He was Roger's first and perhaps greatest enemy. He was not called any other name other than Captain Rock. His full name was Rox D. Zabak. While he is no longer this world, he is one of the pirates of the seas who tried to time and time to carry the name D. While it's true that Big Mom and Kyle once part of the same pirate crew, they are stronger now than they were 38 years ago. The Lions is indeed real. The most fearsome crew in the world seems to take shape. Yeah, this chapter's got a lot talking. And so they pretty much unveil the old wanted posters. First we have Blackbeard, who is worth 2,247,600 million berries. Red Hair Shanks, 4,048,900. Actually, it's more like billion. Yeah, I can say like 3 commas there. It's like, or like basically almost 3 billion for. Yeah, almost like it's like almost 2.3 billion for Blackbeard. For Shanks, it's 4,048,900,000. Big Mom, 4,388 billion. Kaido, 4,611,100,000. Wow. Whitebeard, at the time of his death, was worth basically bounty 5,046,000,000. Gold Roger, 5,564,800,000 berries. Wow. Of these people, 2 of them are dead. Yes, of the 3 pirates, of the pirates listed here, Blackbeard, Shanks, Big Mom, and Kaido are all still very much alive, while Whitebeard and Gold Roger died. Whitebeard died 2 years before the events of present day. Gold Roger died 25 years before the events of the series. Of course, like with the historics of the bounties. Yeah, and of course, I also remember, come and think of it, Whitebeard, Roger, and Red Hair all kind of 1 pirate from Wano. I presume you're referring to Kazuki Odin. He was once the captain of one of Whitebeard's ships, but he was later picked up by Roger went along the Pirate King's last voyage. I don't believe Odin ever has anything to do with the most recent of them, but why are so many powerful individuals connected to Wano? I for one, do not believe it coincidence. Yep, and that's what the chapter ends. See, Gold Roger and Silver Ray basically just got a great cover image of those 2 of them. And we see all the Straw Hats, pretty much all except for Frankie, all drinking tea. Of course, Brooks drinking an actual teacup, while in the case of everybody else, with the exception of Frankie, it's drinking out of a traditional green teacup. Yep. Overall, pretty good chapter. It's just basically a lot of exposition in this chapter. Not much action per se. Of course, it was mentioned about the God Valley incident. Yeah. So, we're getting a lot of development outside of Wano. It's technically still part of Wano, but we're going to the outside of Wano. I would not be surprised, despite the fact that the Marines are dealing with the arresting of the 7 warlords. I would have thought that this chapter would pick up right where last chapter, but nope, it went straight to the Admiralty for some reason. I do not know why, but who knows? Now, either one of 2 things might happen in the next chapter. 1, we're going to go back to Wano, or 2, we're going to pick up the 7 warlords. Because I highly doubt we're going to pick up with this next chapter. Yeah, I highly doubt Oda's going to do that. Because that last chapter that came out last week basically was a very good chapter. I loved it. This was a pretty decent chapter for what it is. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. Really good chapter, okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I'm two more reviews right now. One, of course, would be a movie review, and the other, of course, would be a comic corner, okay? But do this next view. Bye.